Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing a hero guide for Charlotte. Uh, she's a knight, but she's actually a DPS knight. She's good at arena. You have to build her basically as more of your single DPS, usually in tankier teams, to make her effective in arena. Ritual Sword synergizes really well with her. Her main damage is going to come from her S3 in arena. You're going to need to make sure it charges with using the Ritual Sword, and if you can and want to make her your main, you want to get up to +4 on her S2, because if she lands any stuns, it gives her 30% CR per stun landed. So you can easily build up CR and get an extra turn. For Guild Wars, she's even better because she brings a self-attack buff to herself with her S1 if attacking a unit over 50%. Also in Guild Wars, you'd probably want to build her or build your team a bit more tanky so she has more time to get her S3 up. Her S3 at max has 2.4 times scaling on the damage. So it's a huge hitting attack, and if you soul burn it, you can do it every single turn. And when you do her S3, what happens is, unlike most heroes, you don't lose all of her focus built up previously. So she can just spam it over and over again at max focus. For Golem, she's a really good pick. She's a great pick if you already have Araminta or someone who has debuffs and unhealable, because she'll add a lot of damage there. Otherwise, she's only a good pick if you don't have anyone like that for Golem. Abyss, I'd say she's average to good. For Abyss, you really want percentage damage though on your characters, either poison or percent damage done. So there's a lot better picks for Abyss, and that's because Abyss HP levels are so high. The straight damage champs just don't fare as well in Abyss. Per Pve Farming, she's great. She has really quick animations on most of her skills, especially for a 5-star, and if you use lifesteal, she can pretty much cleave up the opponents really quickly. For PvE raids, she's good against almost every boss, so I'd say she's great at raids. Things like Executioner, she has 2 AoEs to break him out of his stealth. And just the overall damage, since you can stack max focus before the boss, is just really, really good with her. For the sets, I would go Destruction set is the best because she has really high base critical hit. Then I'd go over, she has 1% base, as you can see here. Then I'd go Attack next, then Speed. Unfortunately, I only have a Speed set on her. But the reason I wouldn't say she's good on Speed set is because she only has 99 Speed base. So you're only going to get that bonus 25 speed instead of something like some of the other champions who will get like 27 plus. It's better off just getting a speed boots if you really want the speed on her build, but she's more of a slow, hard-hitting knight for DPS. Let's just go over her skills now. So what would I level up his skills? In almost all cases, if I'm maining her, I'd try to get the cooldown and all the damage on her S3 because the damage is just crazy. You'll see how much damage I do on a speed set when I bring her into some PvE mobs. Her S2, I would recommend leveling that up if you want to create her for Guild War and PvP comps, because if you get the stun, you get 30% more CR. So if you bump it up to 35%, chances are you're going to stun at least one member of the enemy team. And since it's only on a 3-turn cooldown, you can do that a couple times. And her S1, if you're using Ritual Sword, I would recommend leveling this up a bit for damage, but more of the bottom priority, because the majority of your damage is going to come from her S3, especially since it's only on a 3-turn cooldown, and her other cooldown, Ground Slam, is on a 3-turn cooldown as well. you'll just mainly be using the S1 on Ritual Sword. So let's go ahead and jump in to just seeing how she farms here and how she fares in PvP. I'm just going to bring 2 healers with her, leveling up one of my Moonlight heroes I just got. So whenever she is on auto, she'll always start off by doing her S2, and she won't actually trigger her S3 until she's full focus. So as you can see here, we hit 1 unit, so now our turn's way further ahead. We almost completely killed this group of mobs on world difficulty, just with her S2. Partially because of the Grater and Hazel, but if I was on a destruction set, I probably would have done almost as much regardless. But unfortunately, I only have speed. Also, keep in mind that I haven't maxed out her S3 when you see her S3 going, so I'm missing the bonus 30% from the last 2 parts of her S3. In PvE, or in PvP, that Ritual Sword would come in handy a lot, like you can see here, especially when you fight AoE teams like a Vildred team or something like that. Oh, we see that Auxiliary Lots boosted the combat readiness. That can also be another good strategy for PvP. You could get Auxiliary Lots or combat boosters like Shuri if you build her basically no speed, all damage, so that she can just chunk the enemy team when she attacks. For like characters like Auxiliary Locks, they're just really, really good for any character that's super slow. Just keep that in mind. You might want to think about that if you're going for Charlotte. Okay, so next round we should be able to see her in action with her S3 with a greater buff and basically no defense break, but still should be able to do some massive damage here. Yeah, like that's not with defense break, so you can imagine if you could defense break the whole enemy team with more of a turtle comp and then just use your S3 to basically wipe it out, whether you're the turtle comp or the enemy is. I've used her to break a lot of 4 tank healer teams. Just take a look at the damage at the end here, and then I think that'll be about it for video. If anyone has any questions about Charlotte, I've played around a lot with her skill set and can answer it in the comments below. Okay, so let's just take a quick look here. And yeah, her damage is pretty crazy here. Obviously the healers weren't doing much, but for such a short period and short animations, she does a lot of damage. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll catch you in the next guide.